Hey, welcome to the Prisca Theologia channel. Today we are going to be going in depth into the esoteric sciences that have been given to us from the wisdom of the ages, whether that be through the esoteric school of Christianity, Judaism, Islam, the Taoist tradition, the Vaishnava tradition, Kundalini yoga. We're going to show how these are all interrelated and that they all come from the universal mind of the creator and are distributed amongst us in this realm so that we can chart our way back to the causal plane. So, we are told that all is mind in the Hermetic philosophy. We have people like Walter Russell, who said there is only one mind, and we are expansions of this one mind. We know that the intelligence permeates everything in existence. The ancient Hindus said that all is Brahman. We are active partakers in this unity, and therefore we are the hands that manifest that intelligent will here in the physical realm. So human beings are equipped with two hands, and these hands allow us to manifest the action and carry out the will of the intelligence, the invisible intelligence of Brahman. So in a sense, we're all mediums for the invisible forces. And these invisible forces are the archetypes that make up the realm of ideals. If we go to Platonicism, we understand that all emanates from unity, all emanates from what they would call the logos, or the first cause. The one becomes the two becomes the three, and then the three create all things. We have male and female combine and create the child or the consciousness. We have Purusha, Prakriti, and consciousness in the field come together and create the individual experiences. So these being physical manifestations of these archetypes from the higher realms of existence trickle down and manifest and crystallize here in the physical realm. And as we are now receivers and receptors of the higher realms. So the Neoplatonists taught emanationism, emanation from the Latin emanare, meaning to flow from or to pour forth or out of. So essentially, in the Prisca Theologia, we know that our individual consciousness, our individual sense of being has sprung out from and flown from the monad or the one. So we have the unified one entity, the being, who has manifested the dyad, the dualistic principles, masculine, female. They come together, form the Christ, the Holy Child. That Christ is consciousness. That consciousness creates everything. And we're like little children or drops from this unified ocean, but the drops are in the same quality as the ocean, but they're forever separate. So in this school of thought, we're learning that the soul descends into the physical realm, or is projected there, and has an individualized existence that forms and is gestated. So we're fermenting here, we're gestating in the womb or the tomb of creation. We become mature, individualized souls that eternally progress into higher states of consciousness, maintaining our individuality, while at the same time becoming unified and merging back to the supreme cause. So essentially, our minds are expansions of these archetypes and create universal patterns and functions that drive us. So the collective archetypes are distributed and given qualities according to the 7 planets, the 7 visible planets, and the 12 signs of the zodiac. These 7 planets and the 12 signs of the zodiac are the archetypal representations of the invisible forces and intelligences of nature and of the creator. This is why the 12 zodiac and the 7 planets have popped up in all of our stories, myths, and history, whether it be Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, or even the stories in the Bible. All represent these archetypal forces, these intelligences that existed before we were even able to write. So our minds are able to become instruments for this information, and we write them down divinely inspired to explain the deep truths that permeate our universe. So our minds are instruments of our spirit souls, which are individualized conscious entities. And we as entities bond to a mind which is formed from the pre-existing archetypes. And we are conditioned to this realm we call Earth, or this realm. I love to say that Earth is a realm and not a place. It's not necessarily a specific dot in outer space floating around, spinning around like a ball. It's an organized realm, like a globe, like a snow globe, a closed system in which entities incarnate into this womb or tomb. And please check out the first video where I explained that the ancient scriptures, when it was talking about death, it was talking about physical incarnation, and how when we physically incarnate, that is a metaphorical death of the soul. This place is not only a tomb, but it's more of a womb. The soul comes down here to experience duality and to have lessons and triumph over circumstances so that it can earn its full individuality and become super conscious of its origins. So the goal of life is self-realization or God realization. So our minds and creative faculties are all connected and powered by the same sources. These ideas trickle down and crystallize in the material realm of fixed forms. So what connection does this have with all the stories that we pass down, such as theater, plays, dramas, scriptures, poetry? Well, the truth is they're all the final product of all of the creative ideals, thoughts to archetypes that finally, through man's hand and divinely inspired mind, is able to paint the picture that was once invisible and create a form. So we're able to take the invisible transcendental realm of ideals and archetypes, and we put form and give them form through dramas and stories of the hero's journey. The hero triumphs over darkness, or we have the saviors that sacrifice their life for humanity. All of these different things also take place in the sky in a celestial realm. We have the sun is born, and then it reaches its maturest state and then begins to decline in winter and dies in the underworld, only to be reborn in spring. So we get the hero journey of, we have Aries, the ram, the hero, and we have, let's say, Capricorn, or the lower nature, the goat or the dragon, scorpion, that the warrior has to fight in order to conquer the darkness. So in the biblical stories, we have the King Herod, who is going to kill the firstborn, or we have the Pharaoh who wants to kill Moses. So to kill the firstborn, always seeking to kill the hero, because that darkness and those negative principles are always seeking to kill the hero within ourselves. So when the ancients and our predecessors, when they write these dramas, these plays, whether it be the operas or the story of Pinocchio, these stories explain the invisible workings of the mind, of our psychology, and of our biochemistry as well. Manly P. Hall said that these stories are sealed with 7 seals, and to understand them, we have to be able to look at them from 7 different layers. And so all the stories we get, Pinocchio, Cinderella, the story of Jesus, Moses, Joshua, all are encoded with 7 seals of interpretation. If we just look at them historically, we're missing the most important aspects of the teachings that are trying to be relayed through universal mind. So it is said that Chopin, the great musician, penned man's soul in his music. We as humans manifest the unmanifested. The unmanifested is already a perfect idea. So the music is already there. We have the ability to bring it down through inspiration and actually play it. So in this channel, we're going to be discussing the various teachings and various different stories of the archetypes, of different legends and myths and holy scripture. I call it holy scripture because I believe that these stories came from the mind of the universal creator, and that man is able to write these stories about God. So we write these to explain the unexplainable. Hope that you guys enjoyed this intro video. We'll be looking forward to going into the specific mysteries. We're going to be touching on the mysteries of Moses, as well as the story of John the Baptist and the Christ within, looking at these from a biochemical, astrological, and literary levels so that we can gain a better understanding of this. Thank you. Bye.